Hi guys, my name is Jasmine. Welcome back to Jasmine's Hollow. So today I actually have a book tag. I was tagged by Chastiny G on YouTube. Really sweet. She tagged me to do, what is the official tag? I have my laptop. She tagged me to do the book concert tag. So it's a total of 10 questions. Question number 1 is tickets, which is the most recent book you bought or checked out from the library. What I recently bought is I bought the box set of The Cruel Prince. Yeah. I'm excited to read this. Everybody talks about this. This is like one of the booktube favorites, you know? So I bought all 3. And I'll eventually read them. Not now, but I'm going to read them soon. I promise. Question number 2 is the crowd. A bookish community that you love. So a bookish community that I love, A bookish community that I love is the Harry Potter community. You can't argue that the Harry Potter community is one of the biggest book communities ever. We'll support all of the author's work, no matter what transphobic things she may say. People really bond over liking Harry Potter, and I think it's cool. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Question number 3 is sing along. A book that you quote every time you get the chance. So I don't really have a book that I quote every time I get the chance, but I recently watched the To All the Boys I Loved Before movie on Netflix, which is based off of the book. But there was this line in the movie that wasn't in the book that I thought was hysterical. And it was, Peter called Josh a Bon Iver wannabe. I think about that a lot. I don't usually remember quotes from a book too much. I have a terrible memory, so quoting books, it usually doesn't happen for me. Number 4 is sold out. A book series that you love that you wish everyone would read so you can fangirl about it. So for this question, I chose The Splendor Falls by Rosemary Clement Moore. So I picked this book up a long time ago, I think like in 8th or 9th grade at the library. I picked it up because of the cover. The cover's not even all that great, but for whatever reason, it attracted me to the book. I went in here reading absolutely nothing about the book. I didn't know anything about it, and I fell in love. This book is about a girl named Sylvie Davis who used to be kind of like a ballerina for this really big dance company in New York until she breaks her leg, and she has to move with her family in Alabama, which is her dad's side of the family, her dad who died. That's not a spoiler, but it happens right at the beginning of the book. But she moves with her family in Alabama, which is like some distant relatives that she doesn't know, and weird stuff happens. Weird stuff happens. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't know how much I can say without spoilers, but this book is really good. It was written in 2008, I believe. The only downfall about this book is that she talks about her dog a lot, which it's cool. Everybody likes dogs. I like dogs, but literally it's like every chapter she's mentioning the dog. But aside from the dog, this book, I love it. It's one of my favorites. The next question is sold out, which is a book that you're really looking forward to but haven't had a chance to read it yet. So for that, I'm going to choose The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've heard pretty good things about this book. I really would like to read it, but this is pretty thick. It's intimidating, really intimidating, but I really want to read it. I just don't know when I'll get to it, but I'm really excited to read this. The next question is Encore, a book that you wish had a sequel or more than one book. For this, I am going to choose Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. So this book is about Eleanor and Park, and this is set in the 80s, I believe. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, 1986. It's set in 1986, and it is about Eleanor, who's just really kind of headstrong. She gets made fun of a lot. She doesn't really care. Her stepfather is kind of abusive. All around just a bad guy. Park is half Asian, half white. He's often seen with like headphones on and black clothes, and he just kind of wants to be as invisible as possible. And they become friends, and eventually there is a romantic relationship. But I kind of want this book to have a second book because I don't know. I get really frustrated when books have endings that aren't really like resolved, so I don't really want to spoil the ending of the book too much, but I want to know what happens. Like, I need a book that like jumps into the future so we can see if they end up where they're supposed to end up or where we want them to end up. But if you read this book, you know. Yeah. Question number 7 was Opening Act, which is a book you weren't expecting to love so much. And for that question, I'm going to choose Sanctuary by Karen Licks. So this book, I'm not quite sure which book box I got this in because I was subscribed to 3 different ones when this came out. I think this might have came in the Totally Book crate that I used to be subscribed to. I think that's where this came from. But basically this is like a sci-fi book, and I was kind of like, I don't really want to read this book because sci-fi, and then it had to do with aliens, so I'm like, oh, typical sci-fi book with aliens. Oh wow, great. So I wasn't really excited to read this book, but I picked it up anyway because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to read. So I was like, well, let me just pick up anything until I figure out what I actually want to read, and this is what I picked up, and I ended up loving this. So this book is about a girl who is on this space jail type of thing. There are prisoners on this jail who have magic abilities or like weird things that they can do. There's this one guy who has like super speed. There's another boy who can read minds. There's a girl who's like really good with like tech stuff. Like everybody has these weird things. So basically anybody who has a weird magical ability, they get locked up and they get put into Sanctuary. Something happens, there's an alien invasion, and it forces the prisoners and the guard, Kinsey, to work together, and I loved this book. I picked this up and I was very shocked, because I wasn't expecting to like it at all, but here I am. Liked it so much that I bought the second book, which is Containment by Karen Licks, and that is also very good, and I also loved it. So Sanctuary. I don't ever see people talk about this, so if you have a chance, pick this up. If you like YA sci-fi, this is a pretty good one. The next question is merch table, which is one piece of bookish merch that you own. So tons of Harry Potter stuff. I have bookmarks and clothes and Sailor Moon stuff. But one thing that I have that I'm going to show you guys today, because it was the closest thing in reach, because I literally have stuff all over the place. My Deathly Hallows cup. My cousin bought this for me for Christmas, I believe. I think it was Christmas. And it's really cute. And I really like it. Another thing that I have is this bag. It says, Jesus Christ. It says, dream up something wild and improbable. And it's a quote from Laini Taylor. I have tons of tote bags. They're literally all over the place. I have a lot of different things. I have a Ron little pop vinyl thing in my closet from Harry Potter. I have Harry Potter mugs. I have Sailor Moon shirts. Ugh. I have lots of stuff. They're just kind of thrown all over the place, but yeah. Number 9 is Concert Friend, which is a book that you bonded with someone over. For that, I am going to choose the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. So, it's upside down. Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. At this point, mostly everybody on BookTube knows what Percy Jackson is about. It deals with demigods and Greek gods and, you know, the whole shebang. So I'm not going to describe what this book is about. So I read this for the first time 2018, so 2 years ago, or was it last year? It was 2018 because I read Heroes of Olympus last year in 2019. So my friend Lyric, she really loves this series. This is one of her favorite books. And when I read it, I remember talking to her about it, and we were just bonding so much over this book. She really helped me out too with understanding a bunch of things with the book that I didn't really know. And the last question is tour announcement, which is a book that you cannot wait to be released. So I don't really keep up on book releases, but there is one specific book that I'm really excited about, and that book is The Book of Chaos by Louise Blackwick. It is the second book in the Vivian Amberville series, which is a really good like epic fantasy kind of book. You know, there's different realms, there's different magical creatures. It's really good. The only thing about that book is that the beginning is there's a lot of world building, but once you get past all of the world building, it becomes like one of your favorite books. It's so good. But The Book of Chaos is actually the second book in the series that should be coming out this year, I believe. I don't know if it's out already. On Goodreads it says that it's published, but I haven't seen anything about it, so I don't think it's published yet, but we'll see. I can't wait to get my hands on it though. I can't seem to find it anywhere, so I don't think it's out. But I'm so excited to see what happens next in the series, and we'll see. So that is it for today. This was the book concert tag. Once again, I was tagged by Chastiny. Tags, you're supposed to tag other people, but I don't really know anybody that I can tag. I'll figure it out. So that is it. Thank you for coming to my channel again. This is my second video, you guys. I'm still working on getting my bookshelf together. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully by next video, I can stand in front of my bookshelves over that away, and things could be nicer than this background here. Thank you for coming back to my channel. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you. I have to work on these endings.